Welcome back to Wrestling World. We have a lot to discuss with today's wrestling news. We'll look into the bad news for Peyton Royce and Bianca Belair, as well as the rumors going around with Melina. So let's start things off with Peyton Royce and Bianca Belair rumors, because I found this to be a little bit surprising. But then again, it's not that surprising. Bianca Belair came into the main roster a few months ago, and the hype was unreal. She took over NXT, built a large fan base, and was even involved in the NXT women's title picture from time to time. Bianca was suddenly called up to the main roster around WrestleMania season, and everyone was so excited to see what they had in store for Bianca. She debuted alongside her significant other, Montez Ford, and his tag team partner, Angelo Dawkins. Bianca spent a while being paired up with them, even feuding with Zelina Vega for a few weeks as well. Bianca did go solo to do her own thing, but we're still waiting for something to be done with her. Bianca Belair is one of the most underutilized women on the Raw brand. It's so unfortunate. Bianca will just go missing for weeks with no explanation, then she'll return for some random 6-woman tag match, and then vanish again for another few weeks. Obviously, it's not Bianca's fault. It seems to be WWE's fault for not knowing what to do with her. Bianca had potential for a big storyline with Zelina Vega during the entire Poison story, but that ended up going nowhere. You see it every week on social media when Bianca continues to be missing in action. Fans will tweet out asking, "Where is she?" That brings us to Peyton Royce. It was first reported a few months ago that Vince McMahon had big things in mind for Peyton Royce when she broke away from Billie Kay. He saw Peyton Royce as the next big breakout star in the women's roster. Then we saw the sudden breakup of the Iconics. That really came out of nowhere, but everyone thought, here we go, here's the huge Peyton Royce push. Peyton Royce came out with new music, a new entrance, and she even picked up the win over her former partner, Billie Kay. So everyone thought this was going to be the start of that big push Vince McMahon reportedly had in mind. However, Peyton Royce had now gone missing as well, which was a little strange, especially coming right off that breakup with Billie Kay. Well, apparently, there's a reason for the disappearance of Peyton Royce and Bianca Belair. Reports claim that the reason behind Peyton and Bianca's disappearance is that Vince McMahon simply forgot about them and their push, which is something that fans don't want to hear and sounds absolutely horrible. It's so unfortunate for Bianca Belair. She's been on the main roster for months, but it feels like we never see her at all. We can't really be surprised though, because that's how it often goes with all NXT call-ups. They get hyped up with video packages, and WWE can't stop talking about them leading up to their debut. But they debut and go missing right away. That's usually how it goes with a large majority of NXT talent on the main roster. Peyton's case is even more surprising because they literally just broke the Iconics up. So we thought her huge breakout run was about to happen, but she's been missing some episodes of Raw already. So we'll have to see if WWE can flip this around and start using these women on Raw. They are making improvements though. Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott are starting to be heavily featured. Mickie James is also getting featured again, and other great things are happening in the women's division right now. We just need to see more of Bianca Belair, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, and others on a more consistent basis. Let's talk about the huge news about Melina's WWE Return. Newer WWE fans may know very little about Melina. She was a huge star during the early years of the Ruthless Aggression era, and was hands down one of the top women in the division during her time with the WWE. Multiple world title wins, managing tag teams, playing such a great heel, Melina could literally do it all. She parted ways with WWE back in 2011 and hasn't been back with WWE full-time ever since. The huge news broke over the weekend that Melina was returning full-time for WWE on the main roster. Everyone was reporting it, and it was the biggest story of the day. Reporters were saying that they confirmed with many of their WWE sources and said it was true. So all the fans were thinking it's true, and it was finally happening. Melina has been one of those names that you always saw fans asking about. They really wanted her to return to WWE someday. The rumors about Melina's WWE return got so out of hand that Melina felt like she had to address the rumors. Melina had this to say about the huge WWE rumors over on her official Facebook page. "I am not signed with the WWE, but that doesn't mean it is not a possibility. My reason for this post is that it bothers me that these sites lie to fans. I don't know what my future will hold, but I know 2020 has taken so much from me, from all of us. Going back home to the WWE would feel like everything I've gone through was for this very moment. But we don't know what's going to happen." So I guess you can view Melina's comments one of two ways. She's either trying to cover up the leak so that we'll be surprised when she does in fact return, or she's simply telling the truth and she's not signed with WWE, so don't get your hopes up. Even though she denied the rumors, you can get that sense from her own words that she does want to return to WWE. She made it quite clear that it's something that she does in fact want to make happen, so that's a good sign as well. The way everyone was reporting the news about Melina made it sound like her WWE return was 150% confirmed. But after Melina's statement, the feeling about her return is back to being 50-50, so I hope that Melina is still returning and that was just a cover-up. I'm personally not a big fan of return leaks like this one. I like for returns to be handled the same way they did Edge's return and Roman Reigns' return. Nothing leaked, nothing was confirmed beforehand. WWE didn't spoil it. It was just a perfect, genuine surprise on both cases of Roman and Edge. I love when WWE returns turn out like those two right there. I hate when it gets leaked early or when WWE announces it on their Twitter that they signed someone. I feel like that takes the surprise factor away from their return. Have them just come out randomly during a show. That's always the best sort of return that I enjoy seeing. So I hope Melina is taking down the reports now so that we can still be surprised if she does in fact return in the coming weeks. That's what I'm hoping for here. Melina is amazing. We've been waiting for nearly 10 years for her to return. But at the same time, we can't forget about the younger talent as well. I can already see the discussion on social media talking about how Mickie James and Melina are getting TV time in 2020. What about other superstars like Bianca Belair? Where's her TV time? That's a good point. And I feel like that's going to be a problem if they don't handle it right away. We want Melina back. We want huge returns from everyone. But we still can't forget about our younger talent because they deserve to be featured as well. We have to see the younger stars get established. I think that could be where the conflict arises. Fans are going to be thrilled to see big returns, but other fans just want to focus on the younger talent. So we'll see how WWE handles that matter as well. But what are your thoughts on today's stories about Peyton Royce, Bianca Belair, and Melina? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.